And here with us now to continue the conversation surrounding the protests is NewsNation national security contributor Tracy Walder. Tracy, always great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kelly.
So thousands of protesters, as you know, they're expected outside of the United Center. But there is real concern that some may penetrate the building, causing major disruptions inside as well. What do you believe is being done to ward against that type of activity? And how upsetting could it be if that does in fact happen?
Well, first, I actually want to talk about the fact that they did penetrate the center. This was back in the May timeframe. There were individuals doing basically a trial run, trying to penetrate the center. Now, fortunately, they were caught, but they did take video footage of security protocol, which is obviously problematic. So this has happened. However, the city has been preparing, particularly around civil disobedience, as Natasha's piece mentioned earlier, for about a year now. But they have to walk this very delicate balance. You don't want to deplete the neighborhoods of their right to safety as well by placing all of your resources against civil disobedience.
All right, really important context. I appreciate that. You know, we know there have been disputes about where protesters outside are allowed to march. Many groups say they want to be closer to the United Center to have their voices heard, but the city's pushed back on those requests. Tracy, is there a real concern those protest groups may go into those areas anyway? And how do security teams prepare for that potential scenario to unfold?
You know, in my opinion, Kelly, I think it is a real concern. I don't mean to, stoke the fires, but I think anything is possible and you have to prepare for that. In law enforcement, we always prepare for the worst, right? And hope for the best. I think one of the ways that they're mitigating that is a lot of people in Chicago and around this area woke up this morning to security protocols that they were not notified about. So extra road closures, extra fencing. And I know that's frustrating because people want advance notice, but it's actually a good thing not giving the advance notice in this situation because this throws some of those protesters who were hoping to sort of circumvent safety protocols, it throws them off their game a little bit, and then they're not able to violate those. So that is kind of one way that they're doing that. They're also putting tape and things like that on manhole covers to ensure that those aren't tampered with. So that's kind of one way they're getting around protesters, mitigating some of these security protocols.
You know, city police have said they will stop any violent outbursts that begin immediately. I'm curious, though, Tracy, when you look at these crowds, how do teams, law enforcement teams, that is, maximize their resources to keep eyes on the thousands of people who are expected still to come?
So I think there's a couple ways they're going to do that. I think the first one is going to be obviously impartial to this. As a former drone operator, I think drone coverage is going to be huge here in terms of that. I also think intelligence gathering, which we forget about. We always think about, arresting people, breaking down doors, but that's not always the case in law enforcement. Intelligence gathering is key. So they're going to be monitoring any of these chat rooms and any of these phone, banks that they know that these individuals use to contact each other, because that is something that actually didn't work well in 1-6. We had an intelligence kind of failure. And I think here they're really doing that overtime in terms of collecting intelligence.
All right, Tracy Walder, always insightful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.